Seth Kujo lives in Israel. He's a Ghanaian and he's joining us right now. Seth, thank you for spending some time with us. What's the situation as we speak? Do you, first of all, feel safe as a Ghanaian living in Israel?
As a Ghanaian living in Israel, we feel safe because the situation is a little bit more intense and worse. But then the security apparatus in the country is trying their best to mitigate the worst that is expected to come. So we feel a little bit safe in here, but not as everybody would like to feel.
I see. I'm interested in your story because everyone is sharing their side of the story, where they were when all of this happened. Where were you when you started hearing of all of these attacks and, the shelling in Israel?
Yeah, the sharing is right. We wake up in the morning to welcome this news that there have been an attack on Israel and the citizens of Israel. So we saw most of the news on the television, on the radio, circulating around, and mostly on Al Jazeera and other international platforms. But then the situation was a little bit more intense when it started first. People couldn't go out. There was siren all over in Israel, which we were advised to get closer to bunkers. That is a protective, safe place in case there's, the worst to come. So it was really intense first. But then with time, I think we are not really getting used to the situation, but then we are just trying to live with it and be safe in here.
Are you able to tell us what's happening now as we speak?
What happened now? The Ghana community and other people have spoken to us. They made us to understand that each we should try to get us enough food as we can because they don't really know what is going to happen. If it's going to be worse, it's going to be okay, and the duration that this situation is going to take. So everyone has been advised to get enough food, enough water, enough money on him or herself so that when the worst situation confronts you, you know how to solve it.
And that's why I also want to put that question to you. The question about returning home. Some say it's early days yet. I mean, no need to move everyone back home. I wonder what your thoughts are on this. What's the feeling amongst, the Ghanaian community in Israel? Do you want to come back or you feel safer where you are?
Yeah, the Ghana community in Israel feel safer in Israel. With the help of the embassy, they've communicated to us, giving us instructions, basically what you do and what not to do. They've made us to understand that if you don't have anything to do outside, you don't need to go outside. But if you have something to go outside, you can go outside. We should try not to get ourselves involved in a lot of activities. To save, to have a distance,
Yeah.
and save, and be at a safer place and be at a safer place. I'm not planning to come back to Ghana because me in particular, I've got a newborn baby who is just 4 months, and I've got a wife. I can't leave my wife and jump to Ghana. And the Ghana community, they are not ready to leave to Ghana unless the West confronts us.
Wow. That's really touching.
Bless,
It must be trying moments for you and your family, I believe.
It is really tough because the baby is just 4 months, and the sound of the siren, the sound of the bombs in the air is a little bit more traumatic. It's really serious when it comes to the sound, and sometimes you need to move closer to the bunker just to stay safe. Just to be safe, especially for the baby and the woman.
That must be really tough.
bless.
So let's wrap up by finding out what the marching orders are from the Ghanaian mission in Israel as we speak. What instructions have you been given, and what are the next steps? What are you looking forward to as a community?
Yeah, the Ghana embassy in Israel through the Ghana community, we have got a platform which most information is being communicated to us what you do and what and not what to do. The president of the Ghana community, she's doing her best, bringing out information all the time. At every an hour or two, she writes and speaks to us what you do and not what you do, the situation on the ground, and what we should expect to come in the near future. So the Ghana community is really doing well. telling us, giving us much information just to help her to stay safe.
Indeed. And that's my prayer for you as well, Seth. I know how challenging it can be in these times. But thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be glad to welcome you and your family back here in Ghana when